So where did you end up? Are you an optimist or Oscar the Grouch? Sorry, I mean a pessimist. Listen, it's okay to be an optimist or a pessimist or somewhere in between. It's just very hard to follow somebody who doesn't see hope in the future. That's why most top executives are optimists. Now, there are plenty of jobs for pessimists. Think about it. If you are about to get on an aeroplane and the plane has just been inspected by the chief engineer, now would you want that engineer to be an optimist? Oh, it's just a little bit loose. It'll probably be okay. I'm sure they'll get there. Or would you rather they were a pessimist and stopped the plane and made sure that the part was fixed first? But for leadership, you do need to have some optimism, ideally plenty of optimism. And here's a question for you. Can you train yourself to be a little bit more optimistic? Yes, you can. You've probably seen this one before. Is the glass half full or half empty? You wine service professionals probably know that it's just right. But it's all a matter of perception, isn't it? And perception is a very strange phenomenon. We think we know something, but then when we take another look from another angle, we realize we were wrong, or that something is different, or that something can be looked at in a different way. Take this wall. Can you see all the wobbly lines in the middle? Some are going up, some are going down, some are curved. Grab something straight, like a piece of paper or the edge of your phone, and hold it up against the lines in the middle of this picture. Interesting, huh? Now take a look at this lady. Who do you see? A young lady or an old lady? Or can you see both? If you can't see both ladies right now, take a look again at this video later, or ask a friend to take a look at it with you. Once you see both ladies, you will always see both ladies. Once you've seen both sides of the situation. Now, there is some evidence that optimism is partly genetic, partly inherited. And if you know anything about anxiety or depression, you'll also know that there is a situational component and a chemical component, and that can be changed too. But you can train yourself to be more optimistic. Choose how you look at things. There usually is a choice. Stop complaining about things that you can't control. I'm not saying don't complain ever. Sometimes it's good to complain if you're going to make something better by complaining. In the hospitality industry, complaints are important if we use them to improve. An interesting one for me is the question, how are you? I moved to Canada from the UK. In Britain, when somebody asks you, how are you? You tell them. You tell them about your broken leg or your bad back or the cold that you're just getting over or how annoying your roommate has just been. I didn't realize that in Canada, the correct answer to how are you is good. It may not be grammatically correct, but it's a lot healthier. Do you notice something here? Something we learned in the previous lesson. Often it's about the words that you use. Choose your words. Change your vocabulary. Change your physiology. And change your focus. Now let me introduce you to a very focused man in the hospitality industry, Danny Meyer. These are a few of his restaurants. And he's also written an excellent book called Setting the Table, The Transforming Power of Hospitality in Business. It's worth checking out. You may be able to find it as an audiobook or a download. Danny talks about 5 important traits that he looks for when he's hiring people for his restaurants or for his business. And the first one, again, look, optimism, optimistic warmth, genuine kindness, thoughtfulness, and that sense that the glass is always at least half full. Number 2 is intelligence. And notice here that he doesn't just mean being really good at your subject, getting A+ all the time. He's talking about curiosity, a curiosity to learn for the sake of learning. I hope you're feeling that a little bit on this course. I hope that you'll continue to learn things for the rest of your life. Third is work ethic. That one's kind of obvious, but it doesn't just mean turning up to work either. It does mean wanting to do something as well as you possibly can, not just as cheaply or as fast, but as well as you possibly can. Empathy. We've seen that already, haven't we, when we were talking about New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. Think about it in the hospitality industry, whether it's events or a restaurant. You want your customer, you want your client to feel good. You should care about how your customer or your client feels. That makes sense, doesn't it, right? And self-awareness and integrity. Actually, this is one of the reasons we're doing these quizzes every week. It's about learning why you do things, learning how you tick. And it's about making decisions for the right reasons, about doing the right thing. Okay, take a quick break and think about these traits and come back to me in a few minutes.